Hey kids, it's Lindsay, and this video is all about list building tips for coaches. There are several ways for getting that audience that you've nurtured out there on social media onto your email list. Before I get into those 5 ways, let me re-express and express over and over again how vital, how important, and how amazing an email list is for your coaching business. So I highly it can change everything, and it is the most important asset that you can create because you cannot trust the social media algorithms to actually show your content to people, much less when you go out with a paid offer that actually people on your social media audience are going to see it. So you need to be not only putting content out there on social media, but also opportunities for people to pop on your list. Then you need to be emailing your list at least once a week to nurture them. And then when it comes time to make sales, my friends, you've got this. You'll be able to make sales to people on your email list. Once a quarter, I send out 4 emails from my very popular media placement package where we write a custom story for you and get you featured on affiliates from Fox News, ABC, CBS, and NBC so you can use those mouth-watering icons on your website. I do this once a quarter to my email list and never make less than $10,000 from 4 freaking emails. You can do that too. Not only that, I'm selling to my list all the time. Courses and webinars and of course my higher ticket coaching programs. My email list is certainly one of the most important assets in my online coaching business, and it should be yours too. So how do we get people off of social media and hip-hopping onto our email list? Well, the first one and one of the most powerful ways is through hosting a launch. This looks like a workshop or a challenge. Essentially, you have this thing, this free training something that you're driving people to. People show up, you give your best, you give some amazing content, you give people an aha moment, you open a cart, you have a bunch of social selling, you have a lot of momentum, you have a lot of rah, and you shut the cart on the other side. Typically, these can last anywhere from 3 to 30 days. I recommend about 10 because that's how long I can keep up my momentum and excitement. But it's essential and important for a launch to have that closing date because people will put off forever giving you any dollar bills. They'll always put it off till tomorrow unless you give them a reason not to. That's why launches plus the social proof and the momentum are so incredibly powerful. So when you're building your list through a launch, essentially you announce this free or small offer. You can pay also for these things, very small, like $10, $37 to get people in. Train. Oh my gosh, look how amazing this is. Here's my sales pitch, and you go. So launches are an incredible way of getting people off of social media and on to that list. Number 2, live trainings. I give live webinars all the time. I love to give live webinars. I happen to do them on Zoom, so I'll do little onesie-twosie offhanded trainings. On those trainings, I will mention what I offer. I offer so many different options. Sometimes the training has to do with my media placements. Sometimes it has to do with the Launch Circle, my membership site. Sometimes it has to do with my Content That Converts workshop. Basically, it's a little different than a launch because there's not so much fanfare, there's not an opening and a closing of a cart, but there is certainly a way to connect with my audience, giving them some value and the ability to connect with me on Zoom. This is extremely powerful. The more you can connect with your audience, the easier it is to sell to them. So live trainings, obviously you go out to social media and you're like, hey, I'm hosting this live training. Go to this webpage to join me, and wham, bam, they're on your list. Next up, consult calls. Consult calls are a really powerful way of getting people off of social media and onto your Zoom so you can actually connect with them. Of course, there's a couple of things you need to watch when it comes to consult calls. If I go out there to social media, I'm like, consult call, please sign up for a consult call. And they go to my calendar and every day at every time is available. Suddenly, me being an in-demand coach seems a little iffy. So if you're going to do consult calls, which I recommend, it is a slower way of building your list because you can only handle so many consult calls. I would only set up my calendar to allow for 4 or 5 slots. When you make that call to action on social media, you let people know, I got 3 slots available. Sign up before it's too late. I recommend at any stage of your business doing consult calls because you always want to be knowing what people are struggling with. It will reinvigorate you. It will inspire you. It will give you ideas of how to help people when you do give consult calls. Of course, keep the time tight. If you say they're 15 minutes, keep it to 15 minutes, my friend, okay? Do not extend yourself on these consult calls, but certainly reach out and connect with people. What's next? Paid mini offers. These ones are very close to my heart. I got 2 hot ones that I love. These are my best list builders. They are $37 a piece and a couple of upsells on the other end. Do I make a crap ton of profit on these bad boys? No. Not really. Sometimes I do, but since the iOS update, it's been very difficult. But the kind of people that purchase these offers become my buyers of higher ticket coaching programs all the time. So when I run ads to get people to buy these offers, my list becomes filled with the most amazing, awesome people, because when people drop money on you, regardless if it's $1 or $47 or whatever the case may be, suddenly they are committed to listening to your content. And if you watch this channel, you know how to create content so people will become engaged with you. They will know, like, and trust you, and they will buy from you. The key is getting people to actually watch the freaking content because there is so much free content out there. Why is yours any different than anyone else's? So if they can drop a few dollar bills on it, they'll think it's more valuable. And in their head, they'll say, well, I did pay for that. I will watch this. So get a paid offer. Even if you start your funnel out with a freebie offer, please, somewhere in there, get people to try to buy from you so that they will listen. An email list full of buyers is worth its weight in gold, even though it doesn't weigh anything, but you totally know what I mean. And next up, Facebook group or some sort of community. If you have a Facebook group, ask for their email address. I have a course here, Facebook Group Secrets, you can buy to learn how to create a community. And as people come into that community, ask them for an email address. This one can be a little hard, especially if your group doesn't really grow that much quite yet and you're still gaining some momentum. But eventually, if Facebook sees this group is growing and active, it will start offering it to other people on Facebook, and you can be getting tons of requests into your Facebook group every single day. There is software that will help you automatically take that email address and drop it into your email list, but overall, you can certainly be promoting your free community out there on social media, and when people ask to join, you can snag their email address. And finally, the lead magnet, some sort of free training or workshop or PDF or replay of a webinar that you give to people. Then you put an email sequence behind it. You nurture them until you get them to buy something. This, when you look at what I said about paid offers, obviously lead magnets are free. They are very valuable, but you have to watch if you're going to spend money promoting a lead magnet or how you're going to promo this, because you will get tire kickers. You will get people who collect freebies, and it can be like shouting into an echoous canyon. Hello, did anybody download my lead magnet? I have your email address. Please no. Just wrap your mind around it that not like only a certain percentage of people who get your freebie lead magnet will actually pay any attention to it. That's why you want to make it unique. That's why you want to consider making it a paid offer so you can build that email list with people who are freaking listening and willing to pay something for the valuable information you provide. So there you have it. Those are the ways that you can get people off of social media and onto your coaching email list. Watch this channel for even more videos about how to build your online coaching business, and I'll see you later.